What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my top wig making favorites. These are my essentials, things that I use every single time I make wigs, and things that I've kind of figured out over the years works best for wig making in my opinion. Now these are things that I've been using for quite some time. I've been using the sewing machine to make wigs for about 4 years now, and then prior to that I was just hand stitching. So I definitely wanted to come on here and show you guys what works best for making wigs, and every single thing that I'm going to be showing you today can be found on Amazon, and I'll have a link down below for each and every single product, as well as my full Amazon storefront, just in case you guys want to take a gander, see if there's anything that you like. And yeah, I hope you like this video. If you do, please give me a huge thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss any more videos from me. Okay, you guys, so first things first is actually gonna be my sewing machine. I wanted to show you all what sewing machine I use. I have the Singer Heavy Duty, and I got this one because when you're sewing through wefts and things of that nature, like I wanted something that was a little bit more heavy duty than the normal sewing machines. So this one works like a charm. I love it. I've had it for a couple years now, and it's been really amazing. I got certified by the Hair Diagram for wig making, and I took that class I think about between 3 and 4 years ago. So I've been making wigs on the sewing machine for about 3 to 4 years, and prior to that I was hand sewing units, like by hand, literally. It took forever. So this definitely cuts down on time, is way more efficient, and I can get way more wigs done in a smaller amount of time. Next is gonna be the needles, and these are the single needles. I have the 110/18, and these are the heavy duty needles. So when I first started using the sewing machine, I used to break my needles all the time. Like if I was going through the wefts when I was doubling the wefts, or sometimes when I was sewing in the comb in the back of the wig, my needles would just snap. So I knew I needed to get some stronger needles, and since I've been using these, I have not, and I get backup, but I have not needed to get any more. So these are definitely a must-have, and I'll link them down below as well. I'll link everything down below, and I think I said that in the intro, but I'll make sure everything is linked down below so that you know exactly which ones that I get, in case those are the ones that you want to use. Next is gonna be my thread, and so I used to just use like the normal thread that like came with the sewing machine, but now I use the 100% polyester thread, and I got the big one. I did get this off of Amazon as well, and I like this because it's a little bit more heavy duty, and so it's gonna last a lot longer. This thread is not gonna break under pressure, and so that's why I opted for this. And I don't know where my other one is, but I get a couple at a time because I'm making wigs, I'm threading my bobbins, I'm doing all this stuff. And so it definitely, this comes in handy. And like I said, it's just a lot more heavy duty for when you're making wigs. Next is something else that I actually use for the sewing machine as well. So these are the footers, and the sewing machine that I have came with this one. Hope you guys can see that. Yeah. And I used it for a long time, but I ended up buying this one, and I like it a lot better. It's the open toe presser foot, and so you can actually see what you're doing. Using this one allows you to kind of see your tracks a little bit better, and it just helps me to really be in line with where my mark is, and to really see, like I said, like what I'm doing while I sew. This is definitely like a must-have. I promise you, sewing for me got so much better after using this, because like I said, I can just see a lot more, and I feel like I have more control. These, I feel like it's a no-brainer, but I felt like I needed to mention them because I literally use this every single time I make wigs. This one is a little dingy, and my son had actually lost it it was lost for like 3 weeks, and so I went and bought another one. But this is a tape measure, so obviously you're going to use one to measure your client's head. And also when I'm doing frontals, I make sure I use this so that I can measure how long the frontal needs to be. And then also with the wig, you want to make sure that it's the right size, so you're measuring, you know, the circumference and things of that nature. So this is definitely a must. I usually keep mine right around my neck and I'm measuring stuff as I go, because this is a must. Like if you want your clients' wigs to fit like a custom fit, to fit flawlessly like a glove, you definitely want to make sure that you're measuring their head. Either you're measuring it or they're measuring it themselves, but you want to make sure you get an exact measurement for their head size. And then you want to make sure that when you're sewing your wig, you're using those measurements and not just trying to make it like a one size fits all, because I don't believe in a one size fits all. Like everyone's head is different, and while they may have the same range from front to back, it may be different. From ear to ear, it may be different. So you need these. Okay, next I'm gonna show you guys these shears that I like to use. So I was using regular scissors for a long time, but I saw a video, I think it was either on YouTube or Instagram, about these shears. And when I say life changer, like these are amazing because for one, it has like a grip right here, and then you slide down the grip and they open. And for me, it's just a lot easier. It's not a lot of pressure. Like sometimes my hands lock up. Like I've been using my hands for a long time. I've been doing hair, making wigs, all that kind of stuff. And so I need something a little bit easier on my hands. I'm not gonna claim carpal tunnel or anything like that, but sometimes my hands lock up. So this is a lot easier. And then the tip allows me to cut like thread. It allows me to really like get in there and cut what I need to cut, whether it's a weft. It cuts the wefts really easy because these are really sharp, but it also just cuts the thread, so I'm not cutting any of the hair, and it allows me to be a lot more precise with my cut. These are called, well, I have it linked down below as well, but I pulled up my Amazon so I can tell you the exact name. These are the Fiskars Razor Edge Micro Tip Easy Action Shears, and this is the 5-inch one, and life changer. Like I love these. Get you a pair, sis. Okay, so this is a recent purchase of mine. So in the wigs that I make, most of the time there's going to be an elastic band unless someone says they don't want one, which is perfectly fine. Sometimes I don't even have an elastic band in mine. But so the tricky thing about elastic bands when they don't have the adjustable strap in there is that sometimes, I mean, you have to be really accurate and precise with the measurements because you don't want the band to be too tight, but then you also don't want it to be too long because then it's not going to give the client that security. So these babies are a lifesaver, and I've just recently started using them, like literally like recently. And so basically it has the adjustable strap on them, so the client themselves can adjust it. They can make it tighter, they can make it longer. All you have to do is sew this in the wig, and then they can adjust it to their liking. So when I say whew, these are a lifesaver, like probably my favorite like recent discovery, because I can't tell you enough how much anxiety it gives me when I'm trying to sew in an elastic band. I want to make sure my clients are super comfortable, and so just to make sure that they have the security that they need. So yeah, these life changer, honey. All right, next I'm gonna show you, these are the combs that I buy these by the bulk from Amazon. This pack isn't open, so I'm gonna grab the one that's open. Okay, so there are 100 combs in here. And I use these, I put these on in all of my wigs unless someone says they don't want them, but usually I just at least put one in the back, and then if they want them on the sides, they can get those as well. But I like to stitch those right in my wigs. They're very durable, and yeah, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Like if you put combs in your wigs, then I used to go to the beauty supply store and get the ones that would be like maybe 10 in a pack or 5 in a pack, but you're just wasting money at that point. It just makes a lot more sense when you buy them in bulk. And so yeah, I got these on Amazon, and as you can see, I ran through this pack, so that's why I bought another case, and I'll be opening that once I'm done with the first one. Okay, so next I'm gonna show you guys the bobbins. Hope you can see that. So I dropped them, but I buy these by the case. So they go in your sewing machine, and if you use a sewing machine, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And it's so annoying when this runs out and I have to stop what I'm doing to thread a whole nother one. So I just bought them in bulk. I think I have like 20 of them, and I just take some time and I thread every single one of them. That way, while I'm sewing my wig, if this runs out, I can just stop, pop another one in, and keep going, versus trying to stop, put it up here, add the thread to it, and then put it back in this compartment. Like that's just doing too much. When I start making a wig or when I start working on anything, I don't like to stop. Like I like to just continue on with no interruption. So this makes my life so much easier as a wig maker, because like I said, I just thread them all, and then I can keep going, and I can actually get through quite a few wigs without having to stop and rethread my bobbin. So get you some of these too, sis. All right, and last but not least, now this stuff, as a reminder, is just for the actual process of wig making. If you guys want another video on like me styling and what products and stuff I use for that, definitely leave that in a comment below. I'll be happy to do that video for you. Okay, last but not least, these are the pens and pencils that I use to mark my wig caps. And And obviously if you make wigs, you know why you need to definitely mark your caps and make your grid lines so that your lines are straight, and it just gives you a guide while you're sewing your wefts to your cap. And so I like to use I'll use the Sharpies because they work just as well, and then but sometimes they dry out, and then it's like if it's dried out, then I had actually started using these white I think these are eyeliner pencils that I had just picked up from the beauty supply store. And yeah, I like these as well because they show up, I can see what I'm doing, and then I also use these to make my mark for the spaces that's in between the wefts. So I usually sew my wefts about 1 inch in between. Sometimes I might do a 1/2 inch depending on how many bundles I'm working with and what inches they are. But yeah, I like to use these just as a guide so I can see what I'm doing, and again, this makes life a lot easier as well. So there you have it, you guys. I wanted to just come on here and show you the top wig making essentials. Now, I may have left a few things out, like if you're a wig maker and you use something different or you use something else that makes your life easier, definitely comment that below, because these are just things that I've been using for quite some time, and it's just helped to make wigs a lot more faster and efficient. So yeah, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit subscribe, sis, because I'm trying to reach my goal of 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Actually, no, I said I wanted to hit 1,000 before, I think it was June or July. So yeah, share my videos if this has helped you, and I'll see you guys in my next one.